Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
All right, we are live. First episode of the year for Barstool Radio 2024. Coming to you live from Barstool, New York. The boys are back. The office is back together.
I'm officially a hunter.
You hunting?
You look like a hunter today.
You got your hunting hat on.
I know I passed my licensing exam this morning.
Oh, so that's a joke. I was when I heard that John had to take a hunting test. I was like, that might be a real test. Like, you know, they're giving you a gun. Right. There's rules about.
It's not very.
You have I was gonna say. So now we know that it's a joke.
It's America, baby.
Yeah,
that's why there's all those
shooters. Real rules. Like, you know, you can't shoot this type of animal in this type of place.
Yeah, it's kind of like it is like that.
But it's like if you it's very, very fucking easy.
Pretty easy to figure out.
So they'll just give you a gun, let you go kill people. Go kill animals.
It's 6 hours long, which is a long time.
The test is 6 hours?
No, like this stuff. It's 4 to 6. Because it's one of those things like online things where you have to like wait until a certain amount of time has passed.
Got it.
And click next page.
Gotcha. Yes.
But like.
So it's sexual harassment training for guns.
Yes.
You just buy a gun on Facebook.
Well, it's not to get a gun.
Just go shoot animals with a legal gun like the rest of us.
I can go uptown and get a gun in 20 minutes.
It's not for a gun. It's for hunting.
Oh, so you can legally hunt.
Yeah.
And then what's that? Like if you were to show up, you can't even like get on that reservation of land without a
I think it's kind of, no, I think it's kind of just like if you get caught.
In case you get caught.
Yeah.
I feel like if you get caught though,
Stop
like,
and frisk.
Fucked.
Stop and frisk.
Yeah.
Where they.
You look the part.
Yeah. I feel like I'd get frisked.
Maybe not those
like,
pants.
They're like, what's he doing in these parts?
Well, no, it depends on what you wear.
What's this kind of guy doing on this side?
Is this for Sydney Wells thing?
If you wear, you know, if you wear your corduroys and like your fancy shoes, they'll probably frisk you. But your top half right now.
Yeah, I would think that's
right
hunter
in.
material.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's hunting in the ocean.
You got a beard?
No,
I
I meant like
half the battle is a beard.
You got your beard and a camel hat.
It's actually a golf hat, but.
Where are you going to hunt?
I'm going to Arkansas. I thought I was going to Louisiana until I got my itinerary yesterday, and I was like, what the fuck airport is LI? I know New Orleans is MSY. And I was like, what the fuck is LIT? And
what are you hunting?
I looked it up, and that's Little Rock, Arkansas. And I was like, oh, I thought I was going to Louisiana. I am hunting duck, I believe.
Straight up duck hunt.
Yeah.
I want to do the one where you go in the helicopter and you shoot the
Shoot the
hogs.
hogs.
Helicopter, but White Sox Dave and them already like signed up for that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's,
I don't
that's
think they
one
can
of
kill
those
anything
things-
more than a duck. I think. Yeah.
Well, the hog thing they tell you is like those hogs are like ruining the fucking world.
Oh,
so they deserve to die. So everyone's just like, they're just mowing them down with automatic weapons.
The war in
and they're
Ukraine.
like, this is good. Yeah, right.
Would you
those
feel
poor
guilty
hogs.
killing a duck? Will you feel guilty?
I think they're far enough away.
We had this discussion, and he said to me, "What'd you say?" He goes, "Ducks don't walk." I said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I said
the phrase is literally
waddle.
ducks walk like a duck.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, anything that waddles I can kill.
Any fat
I can think of
person?
I can think of people who
Frank the
waddle.
Tank's going down. I mean, can we pull up the video of John skeet shooting? The infamous video of John hitting 0 of the clay targets.
Yeah.
Wear the cool outfit though.
No, I don't think it's a particularly cool outfit. But it was.
I wonder if a duck
clays.
is easier, because otherwise you might not hit anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna hit anything. I don't think.
No, you blast it with a shotgun, so it's like easy because
But isn't
it's
that
like
the same thing as the clay
But
shooting?
the clays are also like
Oh.
spread shots,
Right,
and
he hit
they
none.
were actually telling me a technique I just learned about, which is the swing through method, and I was swinging through, and I still wasn't hitting anything.
So that way it sprays as you move it?
Yeah.
And you still were just woofing.
I didn't hit one thing the whole day. We played 18 holes of sporting clays. I didn't hit one thing. So
I remember
duck in
that
Arkansas,
video.
you're probably
You
safe.
would like shoot and then like look back, being like, did it hit?
I also don't have.
Has
I
it
don't
gone the
have
wrong way?
bad eyes, but I don't have eyes. Like I've had my eyes tested. I have regular vision. I don't need glasses. But like, I can't follow things like that. Like when I golf, I
Can't see the ball.
I don't know where the ball.
Oh,
is.
nobody can. That's
Like,
impossible.
Or when I shoot, I mean,
You have to stay ahead of it, like ahead of
No,
the
that's a
target.
different. That's I forget what method.
Oh
that
my
is, but
God.
leading it it might be
Bro.
a eating method or something like that, but the swing through is the one I think is going to be.
You gotta be. Sydney sometimes will just make you do stuff on these trips that like you didn't sign up for. Like that are way more dangerous than you thought they were.
I'm putting it out there right now. I'm not doing any field dressing. That was one.
What's
What is
that?
That's when you just like
Cut them open and shit.
You don't know.
Like,
That's when you like skin the deer and pull the fucking
shit,
yeah.
dude, I had to read about all that where it was like everything was like step 2, pull the esophagus and the entrails will fall out.
Nah.
And I was
Or you
step
put the
like
thing in
step
your
like
twist?
an early step also is make sure you cut around the anus and tie it off. And I was like, I'm gonna skip that step.
Listen, if I'm tying anuses, it's gonna be for pleasure, okay? I'm not doing that out there in the woods.
Fire, brother.
Dude, that is you. I mean, I remember Sydney asking about you guys doing that stuff, and she kind of looked at me and was like, and I was like, it was not there was not even a solid attempt made to be like, do you want to come? It was more like, I think I have to offer this to you, but we know what these.
I went deep sea fishing with her. That was manageable.
That
I just basically
when you
sat
end up on a boat for like 15 hours though. I'm like, can we go for like?
And we
45
did like,
minutes?
she was like, oh, get in the water. We caught like a grouper or something. And then like maybe a half hour later, the guy was like, yeah, there's sharks in there. I was like, well, then why the fuck did we get in the water for?
Florida for
Like,
that?
I don't need
I
that.
don't- we were in, one of the keys. We were
That is always good content though. Watching,
great.
mostly like Northeast or the Chicago
City
boys.
slickers.
Mostly city people go out there and look awkward. Remember when Hank was just stabbing frogs with a pitchfork?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
that was you. That was before you. That was Daddy Dixie days.
Right. But he did that with a different girl, right?
It was like one of Caleb's friends, I think, or something.
Yeah,
I think
but
he was in North Carolina at Caleb's house.
I think it's
It
that
was
girl
called.
who's, like,
It's not pegging. it's
Gigging.
Gigging.
Going gigging. And you just fucking stab a big bullfrog with a pitchfork. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, oh man. And Hank was like relishing it. I remember being like, oh, I saw a side of
You
Hank.
shot a deer,
I know
too.
about. Huh?
You shot a deer on that trip.
Yeah, that to me, I got deer in my backyard now.
Bro,
and
I don't
see them
know-
pretty often, and I feel like if I were to shoot a fucking deer
You have a
dead,
gun yet?
no.
Dude, get a go to
Here
Bass
he is.
Pro and get a
This is
crossbow.
Hank, the boy with no chin days, just fucking loving the fact that he was massacring bullfrogs.
That's a frog?
Yeah,
I think I could kill a frog.
Oh.
with a pitchfork like that.
Well, no.
difficult.
I don't think
How else
I'd
would you
be
kill a
able
frog?
to. I think like morally I could kill a frog.
Okay.
I would have trouble with the deer. I don't
It's
know.
also,
I'd
I
feel
don't think I
too
could
bad.
kill a deer. Like in this test.
Oh, I would have no chance to kill almost any animal.
They're like you
Like
gotta,
you're
I
talking
could kill
about
a hog.
execution, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
like
You
it's-
have
like,
to
I'm like-
shoot him in the fucking head.
they're like you gotta aim over the back
Yeah.
knee brace or shoulder or hip, whatever the fuck it is. Like that's where the heart is. That's where you're gonna aim. I'm like I can't aim at a specific spot on a deer.
No, I'm gonna close my eyes and fucking, hope.
Hope to not hit Sydney. So.
Yeah. No, that's anybody. I mean, I guess the Chicago guys did though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like it.
I think Dave is
Ethan
actually
Dave.
pretty decent at killing
I
animals.
think you're right
could
too.
see that.
Yeah. So, and I don't think they like practiced, so I think maybe it's possible to go out there and be a natural at it. But
She asked it-
I don't know. I see these little deer, man. Not little, they're big, but they're walking through my yard and it's like, dewy grass and they're looking up at me and they look like friendly animals and I'm kind of like, this is cool. And if I were to ever just like blow one of their heads off, it would absolutely fuck with me. Go like hunting, I have no problem with it. You go do your
Hey,
thing.
look at this.
Yeah. Like it's just not for me.
Draws a bow.
I totally understand the reason for hunting and the essence of hunting. I'm not one of those people. I'm just not going to be the guy.
Only
doing it.
5% of the population is those people. Oh, 5% of the population is active hunters, and 5% of the
would've thought it'd be
population
less.
actively opposes hunting. The rest are impartial. It's a big thing on the hunter's exam is you don't want to give more ammunition to those people or
Interesting.
make it easier for them to recruit people. So a lot of hunting is about becoming a sportsman.
I was gonna say,
And
so that test is more about you becoming a hype man.
it's like
for hunting.
and most of the questions are like don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like if you're on
Making sure like you're chill, right? You're being an asshole about this.
if you're on property, make sure you close gates, that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
Don't wear Supreme when you're.
But like every time, Carson Wentz or whoever, there was a picture of the Blue Jays poses. The Carson Wentz one, I believe it was him, was funny, where he posed with like 1,000 dead ducks.
Yeah.
Like more dead ducks than I could even fathom in a picture.
It looked it was on the barns. It looked like
So
a
many.
barn wall was painted with dead ducks.
It was like,
What do you even do with
bro, you can take a picture with like your duck.
guess you could
We
eat
don't need
duck or-
dozens of dead ducks. So look at that. I mean, that's so.
like, what do you do
You
with
just
that many?
know that that's going to be a problem on social media. You know? But like, go ahead, do your thing. But I'm just picturing you now, like you're holding like a deer head, just like thumbs up.
I'm sure I'll get a bloodlust. Like, I'm pretty like, I don't know about you guys, but like I've been watching a lot of movies this past week, and like
Me too.
Sometimes I dipped into like psychological thrillers and things like that, and like that's the only thing I worry about in life because I know it's coming. Just like that day, my brain
your
flips.
brain switches.
And like
serial killer?
Become a.
not even a killer, but just like I lose sense of reality. Like I know it's coming.
Psychosis?
I think John has
Like-
longed to feel, and maybe he'll be like a Dahmer type, where it's like, oh, I felt because I killed that person with
Killing
my
women. That's
strangling
what
the
it's
life
all
out of people.
Yeah.
Watching the life expire from their eyes. That made me feel.
They're like I worry about the day I find the thing I'm passionate about because I'm gonna be like, fuck! I knew it was gonna be something like this.
I know you don't want to hear it, and I feel like people think it's corny, but I mean, the Out of Order Christmas special was
So funny.
fucking so funny and like some real ass acting. And I'm not even talking about the Jeff Bezos one, which is like some psycho acting, but like where you're yelling and screaming and stuff. The comedic acting in Black Santa
That's what I texted.
is so fucking good. There's one part where when he goes, "You're the luckiest man in America," and you just went, that might have been the funniest thing on the whole episode. That's what that's.
Yeah, let's stick to sketches.
Yeah, we don't need murder. Actually, we don't need psychosis. Let's just do funny acting. You're very, very good at it. That was so
What
good.
happened to Out of Order? Guys started killing women.
It is the new year, so we'll talk a little resolution. We'll talk a little 2024. But the new year started as the old year ended, and every year before that, the Dave Portnoy deal with the devil just continues on. I believe it's never going to expire. The fact that as soon as the Patriots got truly awful,
Which, by the way,
stop.
I don't know, dude.
Stop.
I got a little something cooking for next year. I think the Patriots are back. I think.
fully back next year?
I think Bill's back. I think the Pats are back. I think the AFC
Who's the
is
quarterback
ripe and
next year?
picking. Bailey's happy, baby.
Right for the picture.
It's not.
Season doesn't even start till the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Weak division.
I'm exaggerating a bit.
You're not. It's in your head.
I think the Pats are.
You're gonna say something like sneaky. I mean, they're sneaky good.
I think
they're gonna be a surprise.
I've thought that at the beginning of the year. I'm thinking that again now. I think it's a better team than we think it is. I think they're a piece or two away, healthy team. I think
They're a quarterback away from.
I don't know because their offensive
Bailey
line's
Zappi's
a
the
mess.
guy?
Their weapons aren't.
No, but I'm saying like they need a quarterback number one.
And that's not just a piece you pick
Those
up,
are
John.
easy to find.
I don't know. I don't know.
6th round.
Yeah, easy.
I think.
Although you look at a guy like Joe Flacco, and it's like it is easy to find. Like the more I look at the Jets, and I'm not gonna go back on what I said about Zach Wilson because I do think he sucks too. But when you look at like Joe Flacco can just go throw for 300 yards 5 times in a row,
Right.
it's like, well, what was
Bro,
what
the
was the
fact
problem
that
there?
he's
It
about
was
to pass Manziel for Browns quarterback passing yards is
scary.
crazy.
And I don't think we're
He played
talking
6
enough.
weeks.
When I hear stats like that, it's like, man, maybe the Browns do have it worse. Always arguing who has the worst football situation.
We're not talking enough about. I think Joe Flacco got really handsome. He's like really handsome.
He's always been. He's
got the gray
aged
coming in
He's aged
now.
well.
towards the end of his Ravens career. He started being.
That's
give
been
a
something
shout-out
I've been
to,
really zoning in on is how handsome he
you
is.
give a shout out to Stavi. Yeah.
Dude, Stav's new special, by the way. I didn't watch that until this week. It's so fucking funny.
He is hilarious, man. What's this?
I've been
one
meaning
Fat
to watch
Rascal.
that.
Was it?
Fat Rascal. So fucking funny.
Perfect.
I want to watch the Nick Mullen one too.
Nick Mullen's so funny. I haven't watched Sam Talents yet. But I got to see that one. But Stav and Nick were both very, very funny.
But the Dave thing is, the minute that the Patriots are like, truly like we're not even talking about them, because even the past couple of years, like, are they good? Are they not? It's like, okay, they're gone, and not only does Michigan slide right in, not only is there an exact replica of Deflategate, that Dave has said. He's like, I just like ran the same playbook. He literally became Belichick. He's like, I'm just gonna run the same play, you know. And then now they're in the national championship, and he wins $1 million. It's just like it'll never stop. I wonder what
That video was honestly like I don't know if I've ever seen Dave that genuinely happy. It was as genuinely
wholesome.
happy
because
his mom
scenery,
there, Rich
his mom,
Eisen.
his team, his alma mater. Like it is.
It was a very sweet moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not, you know what? The only other time, Flacco, because that went like that smile was on his face. I mean, the story I always like concocted in my head. It was one that me and Light Switch Lou had drew up in our minds. It was Belichick. It was all the 4 coaches of the 4 teams. And Dave were showed up at like a gas station at the same time in the same place, and like lightning strikes, and everybody like got blessed with this magical dark magic. And that was like 10, 12 years ago when it was like, because they won a couple championships and those coaches had a couple some success. And that went on to be hundreds of millions of dollars, getting your company back for $1, and $1 million bets, and whenever your one team's down, your other team is up. It's just, it's unexplainable.
I think, like you said too, the fact that
Is unexplainable.
it's the same. It's so similar to the Patriots. It's crazy.
just-
And they're going to be favorites against Washington. Like they have a. I know we talked, but like they have like a feel of like they're just not losing. I mean, that game was incredible.
Bro,
That was
I'm as
It was really
casual-
boring for a bit, and then it got great.
Yeah, the first half I wasn't too zoned in on.
Yeah.
But the second half was awesome.
I'm as casual as a casual is for college football. So maybe I'm off base on this, but like the other side of the bracket of Texas and Washington to me was.
Washington, though, I don't know. That was a great game. That game was
game.
honestly almost as
Yeah.
good as the first one.
I actually would argue it was well, not better because the other one went to OT, but like those last 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes, but like 5 minutes of real time.
Yeah.
Where like
Got
just
hurt.
Washington kept pissing away. I was like, this is insane.
And I was like you too, or I had a bet on. I did like a Michigan Washington like parlay, and I really wanted Washington to win, but towards the end with Texas, I was like, I don't know, for the story.
Dude, I was like, how can I not
How can I
want
root
to
against
see
the
this
story?
happen?
Yeah.
Like, this is.
You know what I was really rooting for last night? All I was rooting for was Quinn Ewers to get hurt. I wanted Arch Manning to come in New Orleans in the Superdome, like his first start, and lead them to like the championship game. I thought that would have been awesome.
That
So
would-
I was just when he went down, when he banged his head, I was like, yes, get him in that tent.
That muffed punt situation with Michigan was almost
Oh, that would have been maybe
one
one of the worst sports plays of all time.
It would be right up there, man. And then the fact that he recovered it is almost like one of the best sports plays of all time.
Yeah.
The fact that he just held that ball and got absolutely fucking walloped to keep it on the one. What's a guy like that doing returning punts anyway?
White?
Yeah. I mean, like
There are a
he looked
lot
like
of white.
kind of like a
There's a lot of
scrawny
white
guy.
punt returners for
It's
some
it's
reason.
kind of strange. It's like
Braxton Berrios.
I don't trust that. I guess usually it is a hands thing, right? But I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, that
Imagine
didn't
what was
look like
going
you
through his head
knew
when
what
he
you were
thought
doing.
that,
Oh.
or when he
first drops
didn't
it.
know if he was going to recover it.
I mean that.
Oh no.
Right now, I don't know what that guy's name was. If he dropped it, we would have known that too.
Yeah.
Totally. You would know that name forever. Was it Shaw, Jake Shaw, Jack Shaw? I don't even know. And I'll say this, man. If college football overtime is always a little wacky, and then if you have a national championship trip on the line, and then if you have $1 million on the line, it's fucking insane.
I didn't even know the new rules are ridiculous.
What's that?
It's like, so the first overtime period is normal. Both teams start at 25. And then after that, I think if you score a touchdown, you have to go for 2.
I think it's the third.
Which is fine. No, and then starting in the third, it's just 2-point conversion for 2-point
Oh,
conversion.
yes.
Like it's like
I
you
mean,
start
imagine
on
if you
the
had $1
other
million
2-yard
on the line for just 2-point
Like that's just
conversions back
not
and
even
forth.
football. Like the
Yeah.
college football, I feel like was the best overtime in sports.
Or is it the most football, where it's just
It's just line up. and
best
who
on
can-
best?
But it's 2 yards.
Let's see who can get 2 yards.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it would have. I don't know. It would have maybe fared Alabama better running that play in a 2-point conversion setting. That quarterback sneak was.
I don't know
worst
if
of the worst.
I think he must just panicked with a bad.
I think that's what I'd said, but then I don't know. A lot of people were, just kind of reacting to that as being like it was just a bad play call. I mean, if that was the design, that's fucking insane.
It was kind of the only way they were getting yards though for a while. I feel like anytime I looked up Jalen Milroe,
I just
was
feel like in a
running.
last play situation like that, you got to give yourself some options.
Yeah, a little more creative.
Right, and just like give it a little bit more time, other than like I don't know. If I lost on that, I would not be very happy. But Dave just wins $1 million. I mean, was there?
Do you think that
literally
means
any
anything to
doubt?
him, though? Like, does $1 million, like
Yeah.
$1 million, like
no, $1
it's
million.
a lot, but is he really like, oh, it's $1 million?
I don't think $1 million means a lot in the grand scheme, but I think $1 million bet means a lot. Like, to
I think
throw
that-
down $1 million, and by the way, $1 million still does mean.
That like gets the juices flowing.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't be on the street if he lost.
Like,
it,
what would
but
the
Right.
equivalent of $1 million be to
us?
us? Not you.
Maybe like a $10,000 or $25,000 bet, or
I feel like there's a big
$10,000.
difference between 10 and 25.
I think it would be
$10,000
like
bet?
probably like a $10,000 bet. Probably,
What do you
probably
think?
less than that for me.
I don't know. What do you think? Nate?
I would think maybe like $5,000 would be the equivalent.
Grab a mic. Let's
Like
leave the- Can we put the
$5,000.
mics back there? No one ever comes to the table. Put them back there.
If he has 500 mil and he bet 1 mil,
He doesn't have 500 mil though.
That would
Not
be
like
not liquid,
bet
but
for me.
in general.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
this is kind of what matters. He has a lot of property. It's like the money you have in the bank is kind of, when you're betting, what really matters. It's like, I don't want to have to sell my houses to get be liquid again.
25,000 is definitely too much. I would really, really be upset if I lost 25,000.
Like $5,000.
I was assuming he would have been really upset.
Well, he
if
definitely
lost,
would have been,
to the
yeah.
point that I was like, I'm going to get into work early today when it went to overtime.
Here's the thing. I feel like, I guess it's a good question. Maybe I'll text him and ask him. Would he be more mad about the money or the fact that Michigan's out? And I think it's still about Michigan.
I probably agree, yeah.
So where
I think even
where
more
is
so
the
than Michigan,
inflection?
it's about the
where does
lost
it become
content.
the money? What?
It's about the lost content.
Yeah, and
I think given
promise of
everything
the
this
content.
year,
Nerds
the
and whatever else they're gonna
storylines.
make.
This is his biggest bet ever, though, right?
Yeah. So that's
like,
where I think it's like.
ask yourself what's your biggest bet ever?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you don't bet at all.
I don't really
And then I would
gamble
like
a lot.
double or triple that would have been the number. for
I
you.
remember he bet 500,000 on the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Against the Rams.
I think that's
So
what
like
it
he
was.
doubled,
From jail,
to
right?
double up. Yeah. So like, in that sense, whatever your biggest bet ever is, if you were to double it, and also I think there's something, and maybe I'm romanticizing it, and they don't think this far about it. But when I watch those guys gamble, I feel like they think about the days when they were betting like fucking $20,
Right.
And they're like, now I'm at a point where I'm betting $1 million.
Looking at $1 million bet slip, no
fucking
matter how much
insane.
money you have.
Like
it's
I think
insane.
there is almost like a I made it moment, even though it's like crazy and reckless and stupid. It's
to
like
put it in perspective, like Drake posts like $20,000 bets, like,
Right.
Being like, look how much.
look at this, So like,
White, I guess there are nights where he loses $1 million at the blackjack table.
Really?
yeah, he's supposed to be like a blackjack savant, right? He
Yeah.
he bets like he plays like with other people and for other people and that sort of shit. I think.
There was a story about Charles Barkley, and he was talking about his gambling addiction and how on nights there were like nights where he'd lose $1 million betting blackjack at the casino, and that would hurt him.
Craig Carton, his story was almost the opposite. He was like, I would walk out of Casino World Resorts, I think it's in Queens or whatever. He was like, I'd be up $1 million sometimes, down $1 million. I would walk out of that door the same exact way.
I was kind of that way, obviously not with those numbers, but like with when I would like sports bet more, I would do like probably like $200 a game, and that didn't affect me at all. And I've been betting like $10 games, and I think it was you who said that, like, and I was like, this is so much more fun because I'm more like vocal about it. I just like tell people, and it's more about just being right.
Yeah, it's more about being right than the
money.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like, for Michigan, it's more like we're the villains. It's the Patriots thing again.
Yeah.
And that means more to him, I think, than $1 million. But I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I fucking love money, and that $1 million means.
I
think he also
online like $1
Yeah,
million
like-
online.
like, it's more just like,
has
I
a
put-
lot more
Yeah.
weight than
I put my dick
bet.
on the table.
Yeah.
He was also, from judging from Twitter, getting smoked gambling this week. So I think he also needed
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is like, over the course of a lifetime, you're down, or break even or whatever. It's like never like these guys cash out and stop and just like have their money. So.
Yeah.
But I wonder where that inflection point is, where it's like, or okay, let's flip it the other way. Like if I told Dave you could win $10 million, a $10 million bet on on Alabama last night, At what point would you have rooted?
Right, at what point would he? Yeah.
I don't think I
don't
would
know.
have.
And I don't know if there's ever a number where you would actively root against your team, but maybe a number where you'd be like quietly like, it's okay if they lose.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought about that.
He dropped the
before.
punt, whatever.
Right, exactly that.
Yeah.
I did that one year, the Patriots-Rams year, I think, was I like crowdsourced a bunch of Jets fans, all sent money in, and I think I got like $5,000, and we bet it, and I was like, we'll give all of the proceeds to, we gave it to Gunnar Esiason, his cystic fibrosis foundation, and it was like the only time I ever tried to like financially hedge against it. It's like either the Patriots lose the Super Bowl and we're happy, or
Right.
we made this bet for charity, and maybe we somehow can even out the sports gods. It's the only time I've ever tried to do like an emotional hedge.
I think I've
I
done
don't think
that
you
with
can really do
the
that.
Met. Like I could never hedge against the Yankees because then I wouldn't want to be rooting against the Yankees.
Yeah.
But like I think maybe like I'd bet on maybe the Mets to win a play or the Red Sox to win a playoff series where it's like I think it's easier to hedge against a team you hate
than
to hedge against a team you.
But you would not be rooting for the Mets.
Oh hell no! But it'd be like at least if they won, I got
Yeah,
thousands of
but
dollars.
again, where do you get to that point where you would?
There's no amount of money. No.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
$1 million, yeah. But
like
I don't know.
25 grand. Would you root for the Mets to win?
no,
50 grand.
no.
100K.
100.
We're talking about they're winning the World Series.
Yeah.
And he just gets it if they win?
Yeah.
$100,000? Yeah.
I don't
I'll have to
know.
root for the
I don't
Mets.
know. I really despise.
How about?
I don't know if
how about
$100,000 like is,
making the World Series. No guarantee, win or lose, though. We don't know. It could win.
No, I think it might be 500,000.
What?
I really fucking hate
As
the
I
Mets.
get older, man. I mean, I really fucking still hate the Yankees, but as I get older and some of that like crazy
Yeah, it's true.
sports fandom starts to diminish.
I could just not go on Twitter for a little bit.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'll just not
My
go on
mentions
Twitter.
are just
I just still think back to like, and that's why like whenever anyone asks me like, oh, why do you hate the Mets more than the Red Sox? It's like, because in growing up in elementary school, like half the class Yankee fans, half the class is Met
Yes.
fans. If the Yankees lose and the Mets
don't
win,
get that.
you go in the next day. I'm not dealing with fucking Red Sox. I'm dealing with rats like Meek Phil acting like the Red Sox winning a World Series is them winning a World Series. So that's like as adults, like if we didn't have this job where we work with
hand in hand with other people.
other fans, and like part of the job is like your sports fandom. But if I was like an accountant or something, I don't know if I would
It's
still hate the Mets as
I
much.
mean, here it heightens things a
Right.
lot. But there would be like Steve at work, who
Right,
the
that
Mets fans
rat, yeah.
fucking hate.
Such a
You don't want
classic
that guy
rat.
to be gloating the next day. It's like
Yeah, that's
one
fair.
dude instead of like a whole office. But that's still when people are like, "Why do you hate the Yankees? They're not even in the same league." It's like, I'm surrounded by
Yeah,
them.
it's the same
I don't
city.
give a fuck about the divisional alignments. I am surrounded by greasy, Ginzo, WAP, fucking Yankee fans that I hate. You know, I didn't want to slide that one in there. It just came out.
Bricklayer, we'll slide in for
That's
Bricklayer.
fine. I'll give you the pass. I'll give you the pass.
Growing up in the Bronx, you watch the Dynasty. My elementary school principal was Joe Torre's sister, so it's like I was in hell.
Yeah, that I guess so.
Because I hated that bitch.
He's like, I got tormented by Joe Torre's sister
what was she just
every
coming in
day.
like, we want another one, Meek.
She'd be reading the homeroom assignments. Like, and Meek
announcement.
Phil's in there, isn't he, you little prick?
May she rest in peace.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Dead? Fuck. Jesus
He killed
Christ,
her.
Meek. Meek, what's your New Year's resolution? I could think of a good one.
Give me one.
Fucking tweet the link every day.
The link was tweeted out.
Just say
Yeah, it was
make
like
sure
half
every day.
hour early.
Make sure, man. You got anything else?
No, I really don't. Just be a better person, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Trent was talking earlier. Big Daddy Trent said he was gonna make his bed. That was the
He said he
resolution.
made his bed today, and then
Right.
he probably won't do it the rest of the year.
Bed making. That's one of those things I think that was a completely made up internet thing that Navy SEAL or whoever that guy was who said if you
David
make your
Goggins?
bed,
Oh, yeah,
you,
I'm
like
out
you
on
become a
that.
better person. I think that's just totally made up. That and the grocery cart thing being like as important as it is in society. I think those are totally just internet fabricated.
Oh, I disagree.
No, the grocery
what is
cart one
that?
I think is important. If you return your shopping cart or don't, basically.
I think there
you're-
are way bigger examples of like if you're a good or bad person than the grocery cart.
I don't know.
You just always
I
return
mean,
it.
sure, murder.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see like the guy walking around the parking lot grabbing them all the time, and I don't think it matters to him.
I've said this before.
I think
where
like tipping is a
Is that
way
a
bigger
job?
example.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone do that.
I think it was from when we talked about it eons ago or whatever it was, where like, so I've heard from somebody somewhere along the line that like shopping supermarket employees enjoy that. Where they're like, all right, I get free time. I get to go waddle around the parking lot, fucking pick up carts, whatever. That's nice. So I heard that and was like,
I just
okay,
don't-
maybe you have a reason to not return it.
I wouldn't-
But I
I
still
wouldn't-
return it and then just feel bad about it now.
You don't
wouldn't-
return it?
I have some. I most of the time do. There are definitely times where it's like if I am in the fucking back corner and there's a space that I can leave it, I will just leave it there for sure. I don't.
Of course, you do fucking white
No,
trash.
now
pieces.
it's like now the wheels are turning. Like I think most
That's like
times I
I've
don't-
never returned one in my
I don't think I've
life.
ever really been grocery shopping. I think most of the time I like with a cart, maybe like.
Yeah, I was
5
gonna say, like,
times.
I've never
That's the
done
oth-
this like on my own.
I
This
think
is like
I've
when
done
I'm like
both.
12, my mom being like, go return the car.
Yeah, I've
Like,
done both, but I mean it's white trash to like wedge one in there between cars and leave.
Well, I'm not gonna like hit somebody's fucking car with it or whatever. But like, there's like, for example, the where I one of the grocery stores that I shop at, there's like the final parking spot, and then there's like a spot that's like painted. You can't park there, and it's like right next to the store on your way to the store, and I just leave it there, and I just watch people grab it as they go to the store.
Are there other
I don't
carts
think
in there?
that's that big of a
Yeah.
deal. No, it's not. And then behind there is the other spot.
You're not a murderer.
That's yes. Listen, should you do it? Yes. The way the internet is like, this is like I feel like psychologists are like, this is the test that determines if you're a good or bad
there's
person.
other.
There's a
Suck
lot
my
more.
dick.
Oh, the Rico, the plane one. People
That's a
getting
good
up,
one.
People rushing off the plane. That's one.
I think a lot of RICO tests are out.
Yeah.
a lot of other tests that we could be doing with RICO, whether you're a good or bad person.
What is sort of on top of what is going on with tipping on delivery apps right now? In New York City, you like can't tip on Uber Eats anymore. They like built it in where like it's part of the fee.
You have to
and
tip on top of the tip, right?
I don't know. And then Seamless last night, I was ordering on Seamless and it was like the default tip amounts, instead it's usually like 15, 20, 25, it was like 5%, 8%, 10%. I was like, is there a tip? What's going on?
Tipping shortage, tipping ban.
Like, are they? Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. I like put more, but I was like, what? I think they might be like baking it into fees, and then you don't.
so it's like those guys are getting fucked then.
That makes
But they
it worse.
raised the minimum. I was trying to read up about it. They might have raised the hourly minimum wage for delivery workers and Uber Eats. I think Uber Eats was like, we don't want people tipping before because the driver sees the bad tip and is then like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe you can tip after, but I forget to tip. I don't fucking check back.
Yeah.
There was an article, I think it was in the New Yorker, maybe it was the New York Times, that I saw recently that I didn't read, but I did see the headline where it was, has gratuity culture reached a tipping point? And I went, that's good wordplay.
Waka waka waka.
But I didn't read the article. So I imagine that
we all know, like,
The coffee one is ridiculous.
coffee's crazy. Any sort of just like cashier situation where it's like,
If I'm picking up my own food,
yeah. and
like
it's
if I'm at the
5, 10,
bodega,
15.
yeah, ugh.
But they definitely bully people into it. If I see it there, and I'm like, people are watching, I'll fucking click.
You know what I'll do? I'll walk away because then they'll just hit no for you. Like,
hope.
Yeah.
I know at least a bagel pub. That's how it works. Where like you just hit I
no
don't know. If
receipt
I'm-
or whatever, and then you're gone. And then
Yeah, because like you hit like no receipt or whatever, and then it pops up, and then I just walk away.
not there.
Yeah, it's like I have nothing left to do.
Can you get me the is that it? Yeah, I got to plug it in for a second. Okay. We'll get the computer going for calls. 888-786-6522 if you are in the industry and you know what's going on with tipping, or I saw some guy on Twitter the other day breaking down how he makes like $80,000 a year being a driver, and I think it's contingent upon like you drive 24 hours a day nonstop. But if you drive, you know who I want to hear from? Doug from Canada?
Oh yeah, that fucking
that his name?
psychopath.
Oh, the dad?
No, not
Oh. No. Who was the
OnlyFans
psychopath?
guy.
Drew was the psychopath.
Okay, I was like, dude, he's not a psychopath. He's a struggling.
No, but remember the
father.
guy that called in? He was like, it's Drew from the
Yes,
chat.
Drew Mania. Drew Mania.
Yeah.
I need some Drew Mania.
Oh yeah, I do want to hear from you.
I want to hear about the dad with the OnlyFans daughter. Want to hear what the resolution with that was. So if we can get those guys, if you're listening, call in 888-STOOL22. It's 888-786-6522. You got a resolution?
I have a lot this year.
Yeah?
You got a
I
lot?
actually just made a video about all. But one, bring back, ooh, kill him. That's the little Terrio thing. That's top of the list.
I like that.
That's the number one
kill 'em.
resolution.
That's number one.
Okay.
I have, so I was talking with you a little bit, like a lot of people do dry January, or like I'm not doing that. I'm gonna drink less unless I want to drink. No drinking unless I want.
I like reasonable, attainable goals. That's a good one.
Yeah, like
you are gonna
people
drink,
like,
but don't get bullied.
I'm gonna at some point in January want to go out to a bar or a club or have a drink at dinner. I'm not gonna commit myself to a month of sobriety, so I'm gonna drink less unless I want to drink. Like, I was like, this week I'm not gonna drink. Then tonight I fly to Chicago. I got a complimentary upgrade on Delta to first class. I'm not gonna
That's a big one.
I'm not
Cutting
gonna
it out of
fucking.
Those don't count.
I used to when I was like, if the second I get on a train, the second I get on a plane, the second I get in an
Those don't
airport.
count.
That's what I've been doing this entire fall.
But those ones that don't count, those are the ones
add
you
up.
should cut out. Those ones like.
Why?
I do.
Those are the ones you should enjoy.
No, but I want to drink with a purpose. Like I want to get drunk.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like for like when I go out, like get drunk. Like
Bro,
I
the
guess I'm
second I
coming
would get
from a
on the
different-
Acela, I'd like drop my bags, go to the bar.
oh my God, the Delta Sky
like-
Club. I've been running them out of
I
business.
think, what you guys are describing, I think, is the joy.
But see, I think that's because you don't travel as much, and like I'm on a train every weekend. Tommy's like when you're doing it every like
that makes
I
sense.
do it a lot. Like
So it's not
whenever
special.
I'm traveling, it's like just don't drink here, dude.
But an
Like,
upgrade to first class, if that's not
And I gotta
your thing,
take advantage.
It's a
have
surprise.
some champagne or some shit or a
Yeah,
fucking cocktail. And I feel like drinks when you don't get drunk don't really count.
Oh,
I
agree.
kind of
I would
almost disagree. I think it's like, then why am I even drinking?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Ocean, I do. I used to be like, I was never the type of guy to like come home and have a beer or two.
Right.
I would have like 10 beers or no beers. But I think as you get a little older or you're not partying as much, like if you want to have wine with dinner and you're going to like say that breaks like your, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that with sobriety. It was like, well, I know I'm
just
still
having
sober.
wine.
I just had 3 beers.
Right, that's true.
Kinda, yeah.
I do think get drunk.
Listen, you have obviously if you have a real problem, yes. If you're truly trying to commit to being sober, yes, you're breaking sobriety. But if you're just trying to like, I don't want to be blackout anymore. I don't want to wake over with a hangover. I don't want to have anxiety. I don't want to spend this much money. I don't want to go out. I don't want to get bullied into going out. But when you're out to dinner, you don't want to be a weirdo who's like, I'll just have water. Like you can have a
I
fucking.
don't have a drink. If I go on a date or something, I'm like, oh, sorry, it's
Oh, you
dry
go on a date?
It's
Oh,
dry
God.
January.
You're a fucking
You
loser.
want to date with someone and
You're a
that
weirdo.
person doesn't drink?
Hit the road. That should be the date, is the drink.
Yeah. Like
And
we're
even-
gonna sit
I
there and
don't know.
fucking sip a water. That's just so weird. Yeah, have a few drinks. I'm gonna sit here and watch you drink and sip on a water.
That is-
Going.
Zip up. I think that's just part of being a fucking regular human at this point. So I would say keep those in. But I think you're on a good track, Tommy. You're on the natural track. I heard you like a couple months ago say you can start to see why people would stop drinking.
Yeah.
The next step is if I don't want to go out, I'm not gonna get like bullied into it.
I think I drank more in 2023 than I have in my entire life, just literally because of all the work travel I did. I mean, I had to fucking go party at colleges for 2 months. Like, I'm gonna drink. So I was like,
bad hangovers? Like,
no, not really.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
like,
gonna say, I feel like people who like when Brianna goes on those trips, she's like, I'm fucking dying. There was a period of time I didn't even know you were on a college tour because you were just like doing your shit.
yeah, I don't really get that bad a hangover. I mean, I also don't get like blackout. Like I get drunk for sure, but not like blackout. Where, like there was like I had 2 really bad hangovers last year. One at Taylor Lewan's mansion in Nashville for the Beer Olympics. I was throwing up in every bathroom in his house. And then one in just the Pink Whitney tour at Ohio State. And then work-wise resolution, less content this year. I'm putting out less content.
Yeah.
I think I put out too much content last year.
A little
Oversaturated?
Oversaturated. It was too much. It should be a treat when I put out a piece of content. I don't want people to
Strategy
get.
shift. I like that.
I don't want people to be like, oh, another time. It's like, oh my God, Tommy dropped a video. Like it should be like a treat.
You're not gonna get Tommy in the chat if there's too many chants. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You
Like it needs to be a little. It's a privilege for you when I put out a piece of content.
I mean, you're being an asshole, but there is a very real thing of overexposure on the internet for sure. There's definitely a vibe of like when get it while you can. I get that. So when you have your moment and you can sell tickets or whatever, like do it. But
There's also
Play
the
the long
element of
game.
mystery where it's like, oh, this person. Oh, I'm looking forward to this next person's next thing or whatever.
totally.
It's a tough balance, and I guess our job is to put out content.
I mean,
Your resolution is to stop doing your job.
Strategy shift.
I read a
Some
thing
people
the
get
other
it for
day
years.
about like the computer rooms. When we had computer rooms
Yeah.
and like those desks that like everyone had in their computer room, the like big wooden thing.
Are you talking about like
At home or at school?
At
With the
home,
hutch on top?
With, with
and
like
the 2 drawers.
like, and it was a small thing, but it was like not to be overly nostalgic, but like this was the perfect time because like this was a place you went to go on the internet, and then when you left,
you were back in the real world.
The internet.
Right.
Yeah.
And my resolution is to do that, but like it doesn't have to be a room, but like I'm on the internet here at work. I can be on the internet in my apartment, but I'm not on the internet.
I always
when
try
I'm
that
out.
too.
And I was doing it last week. Dude, last week my screen time per day, I think the average for the week was 1 hour and 14 minutes.
Wow.
Most of the weeks it was under an hour. And I was like, the fuck?
Did you feel good?
That's great.
That was fucking fantastic.
But did you feel good because you knew that, or you felt just naturally good? You know what I mean?
No, because I
Is it
didn't
a sense of
realize-
accomplishment, or just because you were enjoying yourself?
No, I was doing it already. I was like, I'm just gonna be off this week and not really be on my phone. And then probably in the week and a half we were off, at like some point during then I was like, what have my screen times been? And it was like, at that point it was probably 1.5 hours. And then seeing that got me going. And I was like, never mind, we're fucking driving this down.
Yeah. It's like Kramer with the gas tank. Let's go, how low we can go.
I always try. I feel like that's a class one, like less. But then I debate myself where it's like, okay, like I think in general it's probably healthier to be less on the internet, less online. But then the other part of me sometimes is like, well, like are you just in today's day and age, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage by not like. Technology is like not going anywhere. So like as cool as it is to be like, oh, I'm gonna not use much technology. If you're making yourself, and not that we're at anywhere near that point, but if you're making yourself like not proficient in it, then you're just hurting your
I just want to go on with the
ability.
purpose.
That is the real balance.
That's my thing. When I
I'm
go
on
on,
my
I'm doing
phone-
it to do something.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm here to do this.
I don't want to
to fuck
mindlessly
around.
scroll.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
Which is what you're doing when you're not at home. At home, you're mindless going too. But like when I'm using it at work, I'm using it at work. When I'm at home, I'm usually using it for a reason. The mindless scrolling.
Yeah. I'd like to cut that.
It depends on what you do. Like, I mean, I feel like when I've tried to disconnect, I do 1 Minute Man for a living. I'm like, I missed that story, and I would have made a video.
Yeah.
Now I'm behind. You know.
Yeah, I get with 1 Minute
Depends
Man.
what you
it's
do.
tough,
Like,
with,
but then there's people like if you are making a sketch show, that's like I'm gonna work on this and drop it at the end of the week, and that's when I do my internet.
Yeah.
Then you.
But it's
don't have
helpful
to
be online to see ideas for stuff too.
That-
Like TikToks, like people are always like, gotta cut down TikTok scrolling. But one, like, what's the difference between watching
this screen
TikTok
or
and
that
watching
screen?
a TV?
I
And
agree
also,
with
it's like if you're on TikTok more, then you get more ideas to make your own TikTok.
I
So
do
it's
believe
like-
in that, but I think it
TikToks for
depends on if
sure.
you.
But like yes, I don't do that. If I
Right.
did that, it's probably something
tough.
I could find
I think Twitter,
inspiration in.
Twitter used to be like where blogs came from. You would see these people arguing, and you'd write a blog about that. Like, I think it's if you utilize it. I think the problem is most people scroll like we do,
Right.
don't have like a reason.
Yeah.
That would be kind of crazy.
I've cut out texting from my phone. I basically only text on my laptop now. And that's not out of like a
Interesting.
trying to better myself. That's just because it's so much fucking easier to text on a laptop. And like
So when you're out, you're not texting.
I do, but like I try not. Like I will if I have to, but like I fucking hate.
Imagine
I hate using my fat little thumbs and like making mistakes. So it's like if I know I'm gonna be in a laptop within like the next hour, I just like
Wait.
won't respond. I'll be like, I'll get to it then.
Let's we'll continue that conversation as we go, but we also got a couple calls here I want to get to. So let's start with we got Drew. I don't know if it's Drew Mania, but Drew is an Uber driver, so maybe he can shed some light on that. What's up, Drew?
Hey, what's up, guys? You guys are awesome, but not really. I want to say something.
Positive
that-
start to the new
Yeah,
year.
thank you, man. Really ringing in 2024 the right way.
You guys need to make some resolutions because this pirate ship you're on is taking on water, and you jokers are on the Bills pumps, and you're not pumping hard enough. We're talking about tipping. Dave just won $1 million, and all you can do is just kiss his ass instead of say, "Oh, Dave, if you have balls, you bet that $1 million for Michigan to win the whole thing." But you got to kiss his ass.
Oh, I'm gonna text him that right now.
I actually did think it was to win the championship. I didn't know it was to win the Rose Bowl.
This guy paid $5.
You said,
to
Dave,
say
after
this
that
in the chat
debacle you
earlier.
did with the reality show, that was a debacle. Dave and all his money guys manipulated all those plebeians, and we didn't get to see any of it because
It's
Jeff
free right
Bezos
now.
run
Yeah,
a
go watch it,
freaking
Drew.
Go watch it. It's free.
No, I paid for it because I'm that loyal and I'm really upset about paying for that debacle. because Jeff Dillon is going to run a game.
And you
he
just...
got the rules. He has to run a game. You guys are laughing because you're clowns. You're not managing the Bills pump. You know, you're clowns. You're not even saying, Dave, go bet your $1 million. Jesus Christ, you're ripping off, you know, Survivor. Then Jeff Dillon loses the freaking rules of the game. All the money people manipulate the plebes. We don't get to see what's going on with them manipulating the game behind the scenes. What's the point of running the reality show? Ever since they bought back this company, you clowns are letting it take on water, this pirate ship. It's sinking into the ocean. You guys are too much of kiss asses to do anything. But you know what? You guys might be great guys. You might guys make $10,000 $1 million. I don't know. I've never met you. But hey, have a nice New Year.
I love that. You guys,
what a roller coaster.
You guys are great guys.
I don't even know what the general gist of that call was.
I think he's angry at Barstool.
Yeah.
In general.
I think that's.
I actually, we were talking about this the other. Like, I feel I've noticed. I know maybe you don't read your mentions. People around the holidays a lot meaner online. I've realized. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like they're upset with their lives, or you go home and you're not happy with your family life or something. But
wait, are
I've
you
noticed,
talking about hate towards you or just?
Yeah, I mean, towards everyone, but.
Okay, maybe you know, maybe the tides are just turning against Tommy.
No. Like other people were saying this.
Oh, okay.
Like they were like, yeah. Have you guys noticed like there's been way more hate online?
There's.
I feel like there's something with the holidays.
No one mentioned.
You know what is so funny? It's there is just.
I just mean like on general, like in
there's
general.
There's so many
you scroll
different
through Twitter.
internets. Like when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, I have seen nothing but hate on the internet for 15 years. Is this new to you guys? But it's like, I don't know. You see, you know, you watch like fucking cooking videos and whatever else, and I see. Whatever your algorithms are and whatever your following is and who follows you and who you follow is like your social media experience, and it can be wildly different. I don't think people realize that.
Another resolution, work resolution, right? If I do see a mean comment about myself, instead of getting angry and being like, I hope this person dies, just feel sad. Be like, oh, this person must
just regular old sadness.
Yeah, this person must. No.
Oh, sad
feel
for
sad,
them.
like pity them.
Got it.
Like you must be going through you must have a really bad life if this is what you're doing. Like I pity you, and I don't get mad.
Let's.
It works.
It works. Good.
Boys,
These are good
resolutions.
Attainable.
We got Doug on the line. So.
Oh, nice.
Let's get the follow-up. Oh, fuck, I just hung up on him. Sorry, Doug. I pushed the wrong button. Doug, if you can call back. I pushed the X instead of the to air it. While you call back, let's go to Thomas in Chicago. He's got a hot take about Christmas. What's up, Thomas? Look at that ass, Meekfield. Jesus Christ. Pop that thing.
Hey, guys. Happy New Year. Hope your Christmas went well.
Wait, let me stop you right there. I know there's always a big debate about how long you can say Happy New Year. I don't think it's a thing that should be said at all. I think it's a very bizarre thing to wish people.
I think, but today is fine.
Today's the last day, I think.
I feel like it's, you know, it's like, what, halfway through the year, you're not wishing me to have a good rest of my 6 months, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's like, hey, started off right. Happy New Year.
First work day back.
Yeah.
I think today is fine. But by the weekend, it's over.
I'm gonna say it every day.
I would say probably your first day back is the end of it.
All right, go ahead, Thomas. What's your hot take?
So I feel like this year especially, but how about you guys? I feel like the lead up to Christmas from December 1st to December 24th is a lot better than just the actual day of Christmas.
Bro, I said this. My #1 overall draft pick on the worst things about Christmas on the dog walk was the end of Christmas. I hate, like, the Christmas season is the best season.
Because it's over.
And then when you open your presents, and the pushback for me was, like, when you're a kid, you, like, have your presents to play with. I get that. But to me, like, it's over. If you love the season, you love the music, the movies, the hot chocolate, the this, the that, the family time. Now you just go back to your regular-ass life. I always found Christmas Day to be, you know, Christmas morning by, like, 10 a.m., it's like, ugh, it's back to depression.
Yeah. Because think about it. You've done so much from, I mean, I personally, like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, Chicago stations were playing Christmas music on November 1st, and it, like, pissed me the fuck off. So, like, to me, Christmas actually starts on December 1st, but it's like, think about this. Decorations, going out. It's like the minute 25th.
Throwing out your tree.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
It's like the lead.
Bro, I drafted that number. It was the #2 overall pick. And I thought that was like a no-brainer, and a lot of the guys were like, "I don't get it," and I was like,
Because think about the hard time, the time you put up. Especially, I feel like, especially like with having kids, It's like the tree, the lights outside, the decorations, like especially. But like that's the part. But like to me, think about this: you have your holiday parties, you have going out with friends, you have doing so much. Where it's
mailing
like,
it at work.
Yeah.
That's why I always said that
it's
this day back when I was doing like Cubicle Chronicles blogging, this is one of the worst days back where it's like you might get MLK Day off, but that's really it.
Yeah.
It's cold. It used to be cold. I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to snow again.
I think that's I like did not have a good Christmas. I had a fine Christmas, but like the Christmas season, I did not enjoy this year, and I think it's. I think like it's not just the fact that the weather is just that it's just hot now. It's that like the music playing is a reminder of what it should be.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's just not the way it is anymore.
Dude,
like,
I honestly like. Do you think it will snow this year?
Now,
I don't.
I think so.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's a honest debate of like over under like a couple inches.
Like there's always that stuff with like nostalgia and like it used to be a better thing, but that's usually about like cultural differences. This is like it's the world is different. We like when like all the music's about sleigh bells and snow,
White Christmas,
and
it's humid
and you're
out.
like it's fucking hot, dude. This is
my brother came back with his kids from California, and he said all the people were like, "Oh, you're gonna go sledding? Are you gonna do this and that?" It's like, no, I like the same fucking temperature, man.
I got some breaking news on the weather app. It says 70% chance of snow on Sunday.
Ooh, we'll see.
You usually get like one or two.
But I don't even like. Is that a flurry? I don't count that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a real. You know what actually really comes into play these days? And thanks for the call, Thomas. I totally agree with you. Is Tommy's phases of the year? Like this year more so than ever is like winter is really. Winter should probably be listed as like January, February, March these days, as opposed to even December now. The fact that it's going to be warm, like November used to kind of be like a swing month, but the fact that like December, I was in a t-shirt the other day is fucking
I still
crazy.
think I prefer it this way. Like I really hate the cold. So and honestly, if it could just be cold from Thanksgiving to Christmas for like Christmas season, that would be
perfect. Yeah.
Like, but today's pretty cold. Today's the coldest it's been in like a long time.
Yeah,
today's like 30 degrees, 31. Like I don't like that. I don't fucking want that.
I
give me 55.
Wish it was exclusively that.
Really?
Yeah, I really like the cold.
I hate it.
I can deal with. There's a small window that I like. I will admit. I don't want it to be that warm. I don't want it to be that cold. But I do like a little bit of snow, and we're just. No, you know, and then what you get is the sleet. You get like the fucking freezing rain. You know. All right, let's get to Doug now. Doug is back. Sorry about that, Doug. Okay, let me quickly recap for anybody who might be a new listener. Prior to Christmas, Doug called in and he said he needed some help because he found out from one of his daughter's friend's mother. They reached out and said, "Hey, we heard that your daughter has an OnlyFans." And Doug was trying to figure out the best way to approach this with his daughter. We had Kelly come on and talk about it. She's 19 years old. He still helps pay for her school, but she's out on her own, so she's still a little bit dependent upon her father, but not fully. She is of age to do these things, but we all know that 19 is still very much a kid. I believe we last left off Doug saying you should talk to your wife and maybe have her approach your daughter about it. We definitely said to not drop the bomb as she gets home for Christmas. So I don't know if you ended up doing that or not. So where do we stand right now, Doug?
Yeah. So two quick clarifications to make. It not a big one, but it was a father, not a mother of a friend.
Okay.
A daughter's
Yep.
friend.
Yep.
But the other clarification seems like a bit of a point of contention was the financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify very quickly, we're not struggling by any means financially. The reason behind her required to have a job or make some sort of income is really just to, understand the value of a dollar, understand responsibilities. So, if she's in a difficult situation, we'll send her a couple $100 every once in a while for groceries and help out. She always knows we're here if we need her. So we're not having hardships financially where this is her only situation to be able to survive.
Okay.
But
so then she's just doing it for. She's doing it for,
She knows the value of a dollar.
she is doing it just to earn money for fun at this point. Like it's not like I need this to put food on the table. It's like I want to make disposable income?
Well, so let me kind of get into what happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I did take Kelly's advice. My wife had the conversation with my daughter yesterday, and now I've a little bit more questions than I do answers.
Oh boy.
So my wife sat down with my daughter and had the conversation and discussed the OnlyFans account, and my daughter says that her OnlyFans account was her boyfriend's idea, and he's the one that controls it, or he manages it. I'm not super familiar with OnlyFans. I didn't know that was really like. Do you guys know how that works?
That's a thing for sure.
Well,
It is?
that
Yes.
makes me feel like.
What do you mean it's a thing?
I mean, I just remember when my twin came in, my OnlyFans twin came in on Glennie's show, like her.
But those are like
husband-
famous people.
Do you?
No.
yeah.
Like controls it for like.
This makes me think that
This doesn't-
that they do their OnlyFans together as a couple.
Oh, I don't know if that honestly made me think of more like honestly like your sketch from Out of Order, where it's like a girl is like it's her pictures, but like it's a guy just like handling the messaging.
Well, that's why I think Doug is
yeah.
saying I got more questions than answers.
Right.
Like okay, keep going, Doug. Keep.
So-
Is there more to it? Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, so from what my daughter's telling my wife, it's not a couples thing where they're doing stuff together. But one thing that I don't know exactly what to think about it is we discussed the financial and what that's looked like. She said she's made $10,000 to $12,000, but because her boyfriend's managing it, she's only made $4,000 for herself.
Okay, so now fuck that noise. So your daughter is posting. Did we find out what she's posting?
So she says it's just her. She says that she sends explicit photos to her boyfriend. As I understand, it's almost like a library of photos that then he communicates with individuals, and they'll buy something from her library, but she's not like showing stuff without people buying it.
How explicit?
It's X-rated. I know it's X-rated. I know there's nudity. I don't know much else outside of that right now. So when my wife had a conversation, it was kind of fact-finding, just figuring out what the situation was. And right now, our next steps are kind of on hold until we really know what to think.
I feel like if she's taking some X-rated pictures and making money off that, that's probably if someone's gonna be on OnlyFans, that's one of the better case scenarios, right?
Yeah, I mean, ideally it would be probably like not
nude.
X-rated.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's
yeah, at least it's behind an extra paywall. I think what he's saying is they got
there's nothing out there for free. Like you have to pay for it. But this boyfriend situation,
that's the issue.
He's got to cut him out.
That guy. Listen, Doug. How long has she been dating this guy? Do you know who he is and what the deal is with him? Because that sounds like a guy who's just making about $6,000 to $8,000 off of not doing, off of his girlfriend.
That's the issue. It's not the nude photos. It's the fact that this guy is.
Listen, if your boyfriend wants to sell your naked body to other dudes, it's probably not the best boyfriend situation.
It sounds like not to be too crass. It sounds like a pimp.
Yeah, and then
it sounds like a pimp situation.
Yeah.
He's pimping out his girlfriend, which is your daughter.
I mean,
to make money. Which is fucked up.
If I was you, Doug, I'd be most mad about that. Be like, get this fucking guy out of the picture. If you're gonna make some, X-rated decisions, we can, explore that situation, but we're definitely not going to be giving the money to this fucking jamoke.
And it's not that hard to message. I'm on it. Follow me, Pat McCall. It's not that hard to message people back. It's certainly not worth $8,000 or whatever to be managing this, especially if she's doing all the work.
66% of your money.
Seems a little bit fishy.
That's a disdain for speaking to people that even I'm like, come on.
Well, your question was how long have they been dating, right?
Yeah. Do you know? Like, is this a serious boyfriend, Doug?
So we haven't met him. They met in college. I know she's mentioned him months ago, but it's not like we've been introduced or he's someone that the family knows. And then like another one of my concerns is she's taking his word that they've made $12,000.
Totally.
I don't know.
She's not looking at those finances.
Does she have access to the account?
Now, wait, is there also a chance that she is just like mitigating this and like, oh, I don't look at it, I don't do it. All I do is just take pictures like every other boyfriend and girlfriend, and that she actually is more involved and she's just trying to downplay it? Or you think she's telling the truth?
There's that.
Okay.
I mean, I think there is that concern. I would prefer to trust her, and I think if she's going to be this honest, that it's the whole honesty, but I also wasn't involved with the conversation, so it's hard for me to tell.
I think the point of OnlyFans is so that the content creator doesn't need a manager or doesn't need someone else to help them. So it's like if there's this guy, if she wants to make money,
I mean, a lot
of
of OnlyFans models.
Yeah, but I think once you're like huge,
I think that's like, you know, like Asa Akira used to do that with Glennie because it was like,
right.
It's like a, you know, thousands of.
But it's like, to answer Doug's question, like, this isn't unheard of.
No, it's not.
It's weird that he's taking
at this
more than
level. It
half.
seems a little bit bizarre.
Yeah, I just think it's very strange to be like, you know, you're dating somebody and you're like in business with them, and it's like, I'll take, you know, 70-30 to me.
Are they
like,
the same age?
Yes, they're the same age. And then the only thing I am very thankful for is, like, at least, like, you have to pay to see these photos. It's not like they're going to be out on Google or something.
Yeah, that's true. Usually, you know, people pay for it.
Yeah, but she's not getting the money.
So yeah, but he's just saying that it's like, you know, like if you Google her name or whatever,
right.
she's still safe on that front. I don't know, man. I think you're right in that it's like more questions than answers. I would be first and foremost. I'd be like, this. If you're gonna do it, you should get all the money. You know, like.
Yes.
But I don't know.
If I go down that line of thinking, then that's back to me saying, okay, that's okay that you're doing it.
Right. That's where you condone it.
Not. Yeah.
So are you kind of at a place of being like, you kind of want to tell her stop?
Yeah, of course, Tommy.
But what?
No, but
are
I
you
think
like?
that was Doug's point all along. It's like, yeah, in a perfect world, he would go up to her and say, "Stop."
Right, but like where? Where are you
I
at in terms of being, I guess,
able to do
actually doing?
I think you're in a much better spot where you can go. Wait a minute. You're letting some guy eat off of you. Now
you can say you're on her side in that sense.
Yeah. Like I'm just, you know, you're. If you want to say this is your business, fine, but it's not even yours. Some other guy is making all the money. You're basically doing this for a boy. I'm sure he came to her with the idea. I'm sure he, you know, softened it like, oh no, it's just like you send me pictures, then we make some money, and like this might be your in to be like, hey, fuck this. This is just a guy scamming you. You just don't realize it. And then it's not about like, you know, her body, her choice. It's more like this guy is fucking yeah.
So here's what I was thinking. I don't know how to phrase this on live air. I may or may not have connections that may or may not be able to get me more information about this guy. So my thinking is keep the conversation on pause with my daughter and maybe communicate with this guy instead.
Well, I don't know. You go down a road. John very famously always talks about when parents and people start to rally against a relationship is when people sometimes tend to dig their heels in and be like,
no one outside this locker room believes in us.
Exactly. Well, yeah. We're the underdogs.
So good.
I was in a relationship for 6 years because of that.
Oh my God.
No one thinks we can fucking do this.
Me and you, baby. Bonnie and Clyde, let's go. So
That's hilarious.
You got to be a little bit careful about, you know, rallying her to be like, fuck you, we're in love. That's my boyfriend. Are any of the girls here? Kelly's not here. I would love.
No. I think it's simple. I think it's like.
But I think I would talk to her. Fuck, you know, like I don't think going back channels to talk to some boyfriend you barely know. This is something you got to handle with your daughter, and I think it's an in to be like, first and foremost, why are you giving away? Let's talk about business, because you know whether you're doing OnlyFans or if you have your own aspirations to do this, that, or the other one day, don't give away, you know, the majority of the profits to somebody who's
it's simply a business
hustling you.
Conversation.
Yeah, make it about business. It's
Also,
not even about the.
Want to make money? You're missing $8,000.
Not to give you something else to worry about, but do you know how she's promoting it? Because like making that much money, she must be using some sort of social media to promote. Is she promoting it like anonymously on Instagram or something? Like you don't.
Well,
Meek, do you know? You don't just stumble across people on.
I like how Meek every time is surprised.
I mean, Meek, you were looking at me, all kidding aside, as if like you were following what I was saying. So I was asking.
Meek's always like, why would you ask me?
Yeah, you are the noted
You're the one making eye contact with me first.
I looked over and you looked like I've never seen you so enthralled in anything we've been saying on this. Like, how do you find someone on OnlyFans that isn't like whatever? Kelly posts hers or
Linktree in their Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. So is she using her
A lot of
Instagram?
times people will like put on their Instagram and be like, click more.
To see more. No, I understand that, but I'm saying like what we know about this girl is that she's not doing that because she doesn't want people to know about it.
I think you can probably get into circles of like.
Yeah, it's easy. Anonymous Twitters.
What are you saying, Doug?
I think that was where Kelly was very short-sighted. Is she lives in this la-la land where she's able to just post this on her Twitter and it doesn't have any negative repercussions about her career aspirations.
Right.
While, 80% of America has a job, and if any future employer sees that on your Twitter or whatever.
But I think you can make other accounts and, just use certain words and tweet at certain accounts that you get into that into that area of social media without having to expose yourself.
Nodding his head furiously. Nodding.
I think the big issue is like, okay, she's doing the OnlyFans, and not to like make it too serious, but I think that's an issue. That this guy is taking money from her, that seems sketchy. It seems weird. He's probably thrilled about it. He's probably like, I can't believe this is actually working. But the fact the OnlyFans people do OnlyFans.
He could be money laundering for all we know.
Yeah, she's getting screwed by this.
What's that, Doug?
But my concern is if I take your advice and make it a business conversation,
then you're condoning
and
it.
She takes my advice.
Yeah.
Then she does it, and then not only do I think that impacts the relationship, where then it's like we're the evil people, but then also if she does do it, then she's like, well, I took your advice, Dad. Like now I'm
she's doing it
the way
anyway.
you wanted me to do it.
And it's not like she's going to stop just in case you talk to her.
That is what we need to stop.
Did she seem?
Maybe you could pose it as you're making bad decisions all around.
Right. Did she seem open to stop? Like, what was her energy when your wife brought it up to her? Like, was it like, fuck you, I can't believe you know about this? Or was it more like, do you think there is a chance she would stop?
I think there is a chance she would stop if we go about the conversation the right way.
I think that's then try to do that. I mean, I think you know better if your daughter's gonna like rebel or maybe receive it well. If you get the vibe that maybe she, a boyfriend talked her into it, scamming some money, she's probably just doing it to go along with him, whatever, and maybe all she needs is someone to push her a little bit in the other direction. Maybe you do that.
Okay. I think that's good advice. Maybe I'll let you guys know what happens.
Godspeed, brother. Godspeed, man.
God bless you all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Doug.
That guy is probably so happy that like worked. He's probably told his buddies.
What do you
like,
mean?
Dude, it's actually working.
Oh, the boy
guy, making fucking $8,000. Yeah, I mean,
That's the issue is that she's getting fucked over by this guy. It's not that she's on OnlyFans. That was the issue, but I feel like that's not the issue anymore.
I mean, for Doug, that is the issue.
Yeah, Doug's not really as much worried about the money, but it is.
I guess, yeah.
But it is. I mean, it's all concerning when some guy is scamming you for money and maybe talked you into doing this, and then you're.
Oh, this guy's definitely a scumbag.
Total.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a wild move when you're that young, especially like to be like, do this shit, baby, and I'll take 50%.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
More than 50. Yeah.
I mean that
$4,000 or whatever it is she made in college is $40 million.
Yeah.
For real.
That's tough.
Let's take one more call here. John, talking about the Cowboys game. What's up, John?
Hey, boys. Hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you have New Year, too. So, I am a Cowboys fan. I'm not going to hide that. It was a very bittersweet game.
Hell no. That's you won. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm going to say this, though. I'm happy we won. It's bitter, though, that it's because of a shitty refs call is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit, to be honest. Like, I mean, yeah, listen, I would love to win clean and dominant every day, but a win is a win. I actually started to see, I was very heavily like pro Lions and still am, but I am starting to see more accounts that were like, if you send 3 guys at the referee to check in for one and like you're kind of fucking with him, you run the risk of him maybe not you know?
Right.
So, like, I do ultimately think the onus falls on the referee to, like, know the rules and pay attention to what's going on. But they sent, number 70 and number 68 at the same time for a reason, so that he wouldn't go tell the Cowboys, hey, that dude is eligible. That's why he was wide open. I started to understand more of it. In the very beginning, it just seemed like, that's fucking insane. He walked right over. Like, this is as clean as it gets. It lost him the game. But Dan Campbell saying that he told the refs ahead of time, but that ref just wasn't at that meeting, which I guess sometimes refs are at the pregame meetings and sometimes they're not. That seems like something that should either happen or not happen, because then you're not on the same page. Right. But if it's like, we're gonna fucking send 3 linemen who all look the same at him, and hopefully we skate by, and then you don't, if it was a fucking blatant, like, I said I was eligible, and then you fucked me over, it's a different story. I'm still ultimately on the Lions side, but it feels like there's at least some case for what the Lions were doing. But as a Cowboys fan, I'd be like, whatever.
Whoever would have thought when Dan Campbell gave that first speech.
We got to win against a top team. We got that win over a top team. Philly lost, so we're tied again at possibly getting division lead. So that's why I'm like, fuck yeah on that.
Yeah, if I'm a Cowboys fan,
you got probably gonna get the 2 seed now.
Yeah,
you're gonna get to play two home games.
I don't care, when people like I want to play you at your best. I don't want any injuries. I don't want the ref. I don't give a fuck. I want to play. What's the easiest way I can get a victory?
And it is crazy, like the implications of it, like of one call to go from the Cowboys on the 5 seed, where like they can't win on the road, to now having a minimum of 2 home games.
Right.
So quick breaking news. The president of Harvard has resigned.
Wow.
Which means
Thanks for the
that
call, John.
Barstool can now officially start welcoming
So for all of the Harvard grads, the doors are back open once again.
graduates.
Are you? Is it a proud day for Harvard?
I kind of liked, being one of the only 2 guys. It's a very privileged position.
The floodgates are now going to be full of fucking crimson.
That would be so funny if all of a sudden, like, 7 dudes from Harvard were there.
We hire Claudine Gay.
What a weird way to do it.
Well, the time.
Well, I think
either fucking do it or don't do it.
I think what happened is the plagiarism stuff really.
Yeah. But I thought she cited that it was from another paper.
It got worse and worse the more people were digging. So I think that.
I feel like everyone plagiarizes their papers. I feel like no one's ever gotten a little bit of trouble, because I feel like that's the first thing they go to is they start to look at.
That's the thing. You can't get caught for something else.
Everyone's constantly caught for plagiarism.
Yeah, but it was her thesis, and a thesis not being caught for plagiarism.
Oh, I'm not arguing it's okay. I'm just surprised how often it happens.
I bet you everybody's plagiarizing everything. It's just a matter of, did you piss somebody else off enough that they went digging? It's like,
how do you not get nervous when you do that? Like, I never really plagiarized. I'm sure I did, like, middle school. I probably copied and pasted a little bit. But, like, I was always just so incredibly nervous they're going to find me.
Also, they make it seem like it's the worst fucking thing in the world.
When you're doing those type of things, though, you're allowed to include and cite, right? So, like, just fucking do that.
It was improper citation.
That's a little different, too, though.
It was
proper
some kind
citation
of
versus, I stole this as my own is very different to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the academic world, but it's like she didn't, cross her T's and dot her I's on her bibliography. I think that's a lot different. But
For me, it was her stance on genocide. That put me on her a little bit.
Yeah,
the hypocrisy of of it all.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what they didn't get her for that, but she copied and pasted.
But you can do all sorts of shit as long as it's like you don't run red lights when you got drugs in the car. You know what I mean? Like you can cheat all you want, but you have to have everything else. Your record has to be squeaky clean.
You cannot condemn genocide.
Therein lies the problem. Let's just go one more call. Matt is reacting to the tipping rant guy from earlier, so we'll wrap up on that. What do you got on tipping guy, Matt?
What tipping guy?
Well, he was the Uber driver who just hated Barstool.
Oh, yeah.
He called in about the tipping. Matt, are you there? Going once. Going twice. All right, see you later, Matt. We will not end on that note. We will wrap up. We got the Smoke Show season finale is...
Oh, yeah, that came out over break. It's on my own YouTube channel if anyone wants to go watch it. And subscribe, please.
I haven't seen that one yet. I know it was out.
Maybe you were... Yeah, it was... maybe you were off your phone.
Must have been that.
Yeah, it was when you had that 1 hour downtime. So yeah, so you're in the off season. You're
regroup. We redesign. What do we do next year? What do we do for season 3? I do think I'm going to make them shorter and more just play by the algorithm. Like try to make them 10 minutes, make them more jumpy.
It sucks, but it's like.
This year I tried to do I wanted to make it a season of a show where it's there's 6 episodes. They come out weekly. They're a half hour. There's a through line, but it's maybe the way to go is just
from my own experience
9-minute videos that are designed for the algorithm.
When you satiate kind of your own personal, I wanted to put out a season of television basically, and that's kind of what you did. And it's cool, where did that get me? It made me happy. I think it got me some new followers and subscribers. I think I put out some good content. Great. What's next? Do I want to do that again, or do I want to play by the rules?
One for me, one for them.
Yeah.
Really not a bad way to play it. Yeah. So you got that. And the Barstool Basketball documentary, the first couple episodes are out, so that's every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. That is, I said it's for Dana B, that is his Costanza Frogger moment. When Costanza's I can do this. I've been preparing this for my whole life. It's Dana B, who put up a double-double in high school, 12 and 10. Basketball has always been his thing. It's him being a cameraman and an editor and a producer, and now getting to do, and he's a documentary guy too, putting that all together. The storytelling within the first couple minutes of the first episode of where they lay out the team and who everybody likes and hates and all that shit. Nick Mulcahy being scared to be on camera. Marty, I think we can all now confidently, if you watched it, say that Billy Football trying to spin that as I'm just a lunch pail guy and not I'm a glory hog.
But I will say, in Billy's defense, I watched the first video. I didn't realize he started 3 for 3. He started 3 for 3. So if I started 3 for 3, I'm nonstop throwing up shots the rest of the
When you are 3 for 17.
Yeah, but I'd be remember those first 3?
Yeah, that is when you start hot. You're maybe I'll get it.
The rest of this team fucking sucks. Let me put them on my back. That does change it a little bit.
The game 1, which ends in a tie, which it's like kissing your sister. Nobody likes it. But the boys run a little little move in the post, and Dana dishes it for a bucket, and it's there's actually some basketball being played. That's got it all. So the Barstool Basketball documentary is now on the main channel. Dana put it on his own channel to start because he is an old school battered dog. He was worried. Here he is. I was just saying how this is the culmination of Dana B. It's basketball. We all know you had your double-double in high school. It's a documentary. It's cameraman and editing and producing and drama. It's this is it.
I love it. And you're right. I overthought it. I would put it on my own channel. I was very battered at the moment, just thinking. Overthought it big time.
Big time. But we've all been there.
What battered? Why did that?
I'm just to be on your own channel? I honestly don't even know. I just had a million things running through my head, but
when I tweeted about it and somebody tweeted back being why isn't this on the main channel? They were mad at me, I made the decision.
Right.
So right away I texted him being why did you do that? Did you was there some discussion or whatever? And he was I didn't think I was allowed to put it on the because of that's just Barstool brain where you're am I allowed to? Can I use it?
I don't know. I think there's a benefit to being on your own also.
I did way better on my own, which I don't really understand, but
so that I was actually going to ask you that. So you put out one episode on yours and one episode on main?
I don't get it. The algorithm doesn't make sense to me.
It does make sense. This is where we do Barstool wrong. And I say then go back to yours because the Barstool main account has 1 million subscribers, but we put so much different shit on there that the YouTube algorithm does not know what's going on.
Right.
They're this guy's eating pizza, this guy's playing basketball, this is a sketch show, this is a podcast, this is an advertisement. We don't know where to feed it to people. If you have an account and they're every week this guy puts out a basketball documentary, it's probably going to get fed to basketball people and probably do better.
I don't really understand, but as long as people can see it, that's all I care about.
What was the difference?
In numbers?
Yeah. Was it substantial?
The one on mine has 90,000 and the one on Barstool has 65 or something.
But there's also always going to be an episode 1 to 2 drop off.
Yeah, that's true.
Series,
yeah, so that's probably not
I think they say about half.
to really
And then you
look.
expect it to cut in half.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but-
maybe maybe test it out a little more. We'll see how it goes. But there is something to be said. Was your YouTube account just like Dana B? Like
Yeah, just Dana Beer. I would put out like I don't know once a week maybe, but this was the first Barstool basketball one. But
Man, it's-
people
we've just-
liked it, so that's all I
as a
care about.
Company have just gotta figure out YouTube.
I know.
Crazy.
All over the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wherever it's good theater.
It is. I mean, we're just getting into the good shit. This next episode that comes out tomorrow is basically just 3 games. So people really want to see us be bad at basketball or our unathleticism.
I guess
That's
when
tomorrow's.
we started, people were young, and it was Barstool Sports, and it was just this notion that like everybody could play sports. But it's very
Dude,
funny
we
that
suck.
people
Like,
think
we're
that
all
like,
bad
like,
at things.
these guys are bad at basketball. It's like, are other
shit.
companies just like awesome at
Yeah, they're
basketball?
40.
You have other? Are there other like even in the entertainment world, the other guys at other companies are awesome at? What
Is there any part of you, Pat, that wants to
I'm jealous
get
of this,
in?
to be honest.
We're running it back, I think.
I'm in for the next one. I saw it and I was like,
Is that like a hard commitment?
yeah, I'm down.
Wow.
There was.
Put me on that dusty floor, babe. I'm ready to bust an ACL.
I was gonna say, was there any injuries? You all made
I
it out
mean,
alive?
Billy, but
Yeah.
remember when Billy busted his ankle?
Right, but then he went to Ghana and played.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shot it
like-
up with
whatever.
stuff and then was like running like.
He's just a different breed. But other than that, we made it out.
You know who was
fine.
a person I thought of, and I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but Pavs is very good at basketball.
I could see
And
that.
I would love so
he can actually hoop, and he's young enough that he still has like some of that in him. His dad was a coach,
fast
but I
twitch.
feel like I don't know.
You'd have to
When I
who did you
spoke
cut
up
from
if
the
he
team.
wanted to
I don't
play,
know. But when I put the email out, like initially when I was starting this, I sent it to New York City, and I thought that was just content. I had like 14 responses of producers wanting to play. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Pavs was one of them, so
Oh, okay. So
I don't really
yeah,
know.
okay.
It's like hard to do because it's like it's content, but
Yeah,
I know
I get
would be better with some people from behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
it's just like a hard, line to draw in the sand. But I mean, if he's
He can hoop
nasty,
a little bit though. So
yeah,
I think. I mean,
it's been fun.
Played a little college ball.
yeah.
Pavs did?
You played like what D3?
E3, I think.
I think you should add him.
I think one of the SUNYs, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that makes sense if you want to keep it to like content. And all
I know
that.
it's hard. I mean, we got like
Not easy.
we got 2 people that aren't content, but I don't know. I'm friends with them, so it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Clemmer is a hell of a coach.
People fucking love Clemmer.
Coach Clemmer is quite the character.
Yeah. It's,
My favorite
it's good
clip, I was
shit.
telling Kendrick earlier, my favorite clip was the first episode. Ken Jack just like missed a layup.
Yeah, he just
So dirty. Just like,
shot.
let's just put that in there.
had to.
Yeah,
That was a funny moment. But yeah, people are enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it. So you're right. It's a culmination. I love basketball. I love editing. So
Yep.
it's
So
good
every
shit.
Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
I think on Barstool Maine now. Yeah.
On Barstool, Maine. But maybe who knows? We'll see. But we'll make sure you get it out. We'll get it out there.
You should move whatever. You should move the first one then to the main too, so that people.
I don't know. It's a fucking.
I know.
Who
It's
cares?
a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's like this thing is just the horse is out of the barn and we can't fix it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, last thing. Tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about this. Yeah. One last thing. So we got a mole in the New York City office who is ratting to Kirk. So
I can't believe you didn't think that was going to get sent to Kirk.
I didn't. Think
I thought that was a ballsy
but
move.
I also didn't
That
really
wide of a
care.
net
Like,
to
The
cast?
second I checked my email, I saw an email from you. I was like, Kirk already has this.
Yeah, but,
Like-
but that's why I didn't
It
say
was on the
anything.
list.
I
Like
thought that was going to Vivo's stool. Like, I thought someone was going to post that to get him going.
Is Kirk on the New York City email list?
No.
No. But he said multiple people sent it to him. So we'll find out who the.
Do you know who?
No, that's what we got to figure.
I know a guy who can figure it out tomorrow.
Who?
I got a guy. I know a guy.
Well, like-
Rico?
A tech guy.
He's an investigative guy. And,
John Rich?
and he's gonna.
Oh, I know. I
gonna
think
do
I know.
his
I think this is someone who's tech savvy.
He
Shall we say?
he might know how to figure some things out.
sleuth. If you will.
So, if you
gumshoe.
are one of the people who ratted,
Oh, I can't.
Yeah. So wait,
wait for
I
this
didn't
now.
explain the story. So Kirk
gonna
was
be-
like,
I'm not
"Fuck
gonna
Barstool New York." The Secret Santa was like too happy, and then Barstool New York sucks. So I just sent an email to the New York City people, being like, "Don't take the bait, because there are people who don't know how to handle Kirk." Like, I went on his show that morning, and I made fun of him, and like we laughed about
You're
it,
being
and
a
then it
good
was
father.
over. Like it was just like done, Whereas I think some other people here would be like, fuck you, Kirk, and
Right.
and then that's exactly what Kirk wants. So I just said, don't take the bait. We're doing good. We're making videos. It's all good. And then he said multiple people sent it. I don't know if I believe that. I think there.
5's a lot.
I think at least
I
2 or
can
3.
I can give you one, Gaz.
So not Rico, right?
Rico did.
That's why.
Clemmer did. Clemmer for sure.
No, I don't think.
Well, that's why we have to do a little inquisition.
Clemmer worships the ground.
I know, but he is. I think he is happy to try to be out on his own, and I don't think he wants to take.
No, I would bet almost anything.
I don't. I bet.
Really?
I'll bet you. What do you want to bet?
I would think no too.
I don't know I mean, I don't trust.
$25,000.
I just don't like. How would we know for sure?
I mean, it would have to be like, we grill him and we just like.
Right.
We trust whatever he said one way or the other.
You know what we should do is get a polygraph person in here on the show.
Dude, no, bro.
Live polygraph to figure it out.
That always gets floated out there. I don't ever want to be in this building with a polygraph test because motherfuckers start asking other questions.
During the Pirate Simon, the idea was thrown out that maybe we should get a polygraph to the office, and that was 15 years ago, and I was like,
or John Rich, he's a middle fan,
not, dude.
What if we just keep it to questions about the thing?
It starts out, is your name John? Are we in New York City?
Yeah.
Did you download the pirate porn? Have you ever,
What? I heard my name. We're just discussing people that would have liked to send Kevin's email to Kirk. And I said, you're at the top.
I think you're.
Oh, I'm exempt. Well, Kirk even said on air I didn't. Kirk said I was not.
I just said that.
But you didn't, right?
I didn't. No.
I have total faith in Clemmer.
I don't like the sneaky stuff. I don't like sending stuff to.
But even beyond.
I would tell him to his face, like in front of it, like on camera. I would never do it.
I think you're beyond being like, oh my God, I have to run and tell Kirk something.
No, I don't. I just don't like the sneaky stuff. I don't care. I don't like to run and tell.
But listen, there was a time where you would probably be like, I have to go tell Kirk this. I think.
No, I don't like doing that stuff. I don't like doing stuff like if you send if someone sends me an email, I don't like taking a screenshot and sending it. So I don't like.
Okay.
That.
I think screenshots should be illegal.
It's like shitty.
Real, that feature shouldn't exist.
Shitty behavior.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple people here who I know are a little closer with Kirk than most people.
I think we can probably
ask. I think I'm gonna just throw it out there. I never.
No,
did
but
this
it's
I think John Rich could be on the list.
I would like it to. We'll say this. You can come forward and just say that you did it.
John Rich just got up from his seat.
You can just come forward and say that you did it, and we will,
the same guy who ate his food.
We will handle it that way. Or we will get, some. Did you send Kirk the email that I sent?
No, that was not me, but I was pretty worried I was going to get blamed for it.
Would you be willing to
I promise it wasn't. And then I kind of wish I did.
I don't think you
get out
did
anyway.
either.
No, I didn't. I promise.
I don't think you. Yeah, I don't.
I think you're just believing people too easily.
I do too.
No, Clemmer, I think Kirk is pumping that number up. I think Kirk wants it to look like he has moles everywhere.
Gaz is the only one I was like, definitely Gaz.
I think
I would have thought
Jeff D. Lowe's on my list. If he's on that, if he's
Jeff
on
D. Lowe's not on the
Jeff D. Lowe's not
on
the
the
New
email
York
chain.
City
Okay. He might be. I think I might have added him because he was like, I want to be a part of the brainstorming, but I don't know if that ever.
I don't think he is, but I could be wrong. But I don't think he is.
The first thing is we have to know who's on the list because you just email NYC content and it just.
I got the list. There's 123 members.
Oh, all right. Maybe. Okay, then that could be. The problem is, I want to.
Oh, Kyle Timms? Is Kyle Timms on it?
Yeah, I don't know who these people are.
He's the big guy.
I'm saying.
The lookalike Trent.
Who likes chaos?
Kyle Timms is on it.
Okay,
I'm saying there's like. So we need to then pare the list down. If 20 fucking producers who love Kirk, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's is there people in content?
Yeah.
And I think there's maybe one that could have done it from content. But if there's a bunch of no names that I don't know who worship Kirk, I don't care about that.
Right.
John Rich, maybe I'm being a little too believing. I really don't think Clemmer would do that. Nick, scanning the list quickly, are there any other lead suspects, if you will?
Kyle Timms was my first one. Honestly, John Rich was second, but he seems pretty adamant against it.
That did seem. You didn't think that was genuine? That seemed genuine.
I think there's could be more to the
he was a meth head. Maybe he's. So we will find out. Either someone will come forward and own up to it, or tomorrow John's guy will get to the bottom of it.
He was a meth.
So tomorrow is the rat. Find the rat day on Barstool Radio. We'll see you then.